Hi friends, welcome to my channel Renu's Chat and Talk. If you are new, please do subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share my video with your friends and family. This is the last tense, 12th one. Today we are doing 12th tense. We completed 11 tenses. And in future tense, this is the fourth one. Okay. Future perfect continuous tense. Last one, future perfect continuous tense. We had done present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and today we do this future perfect continuous tense. Future always will plus perfect tense have plus been V3, then continuous V1 plus inform or before. Okay, so we have been doing, we have been playing, we have been watching. Okay, like that. That is the basic thing. Then, what is this future perfect continuous tense? An action that will continue over a period of time. That will continue means already it indicates future action. Okay, it will continue over a period of time. Okay, like main time reference, it is usually used in reference with the time. Okay, and two words since and for compulsory whenever we use perfect tense, even in like a future perfect tense also we have used that, and now also we have to use since and for. Since, point of time, and remember all the time, and for a period of time. Okay, then what is the structure? Subject plus will plus have plus been plus B1 plus inform, that is B4, and any other words or object. They will have been playing games for 4 hours. They will have been playing games for 2 hours or 3 hours sometime. Okay. They have been playing. Means started at the time also they have been doing at present, but they'll be continuing even in the future also. They will have been playing for 2 hours. Means it usually the keywords tomorrow, next week, by the end of next week, or by the end of this week, by the end of this month, by the end of this year, by next November, by 2025, any year particularly we want to mention also. These are the clue words we use in this. Okay, the clue words are by the end of this week, this month, this year, or by next November, or next year, any month, or specifically years you want to mention by 2025, 2030, like that. Okay, these are the clue words. Then now we'll see next the usage of this tense. When we use the examples, you can understand in a better way. Okay, next. Okay, action will continue until a particular time or particular event in future. It will continue, okay, in future, but until a particular event or time. Let us look at the examples. They will have been discussing this issue for 5 days. They will have been discussing this issue for 5 days. Have been discussing means long period of action continuing, but when in future time. Okay, action which will be continuing for a longer period in future with time reference for 5 days. It has been, it will have been going on, has been started, and will have been continuing. But look at this example. By next March, I will have been working here for 1 year. Okay, by next March, I will have been completing one. I have been working here in this place for 1 year. So that is 1 year period. By next March means this March I started in that company, and I am working. I have been working, and I will have been working till next March also. By that time, I will have been completing 1 year of service in this company. That is the meaning. In such cases, we use by next March. That reference also you have to give. Then only you can better understand this future perfect continuous tense. When you give this reference, by next March, I will have been working here for 1 year. Okay, that is the thing. By next year, we have been living here for 5 years. Means we came to this place maybe around 2017, and by this time we have completed 4 years. Okay, and by next year we have been completing 5 years also. In such cases, we use future perfect continuous tense. See, by next year, we'll have been living here in this place for 5 years. Okay, that is the so this is the time reference. Okay, they will have been talking for an hour by the time he arrives. This is an important thing. See, look at this example. I will have been working, we have been living, and now we have been talking for an hour, continuously talking. Okay. Till what time? By the time, until a particular event, isn't it? By the time he arrives. Then one thing you may ask me here, why are we using simple present? Here you look at this example. By the time he arrives, so it is called as by the time he arrives. So I underline completely by the time he arrives. This is a time clause. This is called time clause. Now I am going to explain this time clause with reference to future tense only. This we use this type of clauses. Okay, in present, future continuous tense and future perfect tense and also future perfect continuous tense. Now I'll explain that one. So they will have been talking. Will have been talking for an hour. Up to what time? By the time he arrives. They will have been continuously talking for an hour. But still it's going on and will be going on. Okay. So in such cases, we use future perfect continuous tense. Then what is that? Why do we use this simple present? Now I will tell you. Okay. Next we do that. What is this time clause? And after that, once I just teach you this time clause, after that we do negatives and questions in this future perfect continuous tense. Okay. So this is a future time clause. When we talk about what's a clause actually, subject and verb, and then there are subject and verb, and two clauses are there. Actually, I want to teach all these things when I'll do if clause. Okay, but still okay because it is important to know why do we use present tense in this. We should know before that future time clause. So I just talk about two types of clauses, that is uh, dependent clause and independent clause, or main clause and subordinate clause. In this subordinate clause, we use when, before, after, or till, as soon as, like that. But in this subordinate clause, we use present tense to talk about future time. That's why we are using simple present tense. We use present tense to talk about future. Like so, whether it is a future continuous tense or future perfect tense or future perfect continuous tense, also we are using simple present only in the subordinate clause. Because why do we call it as dependent clause? Because if you take out it, the meaning is partial only. When you come back, what's happened when you come back? Before you come, what happened? Before we reach there, something. So it has, if you take it out, it can't stand by itself. That's why we call it as a dependent clause or subordinate clause. But in the main clause we use the concept, that particular tense which we are talking now, like future continuous. I will be sleeping, the same sentence I have. I will be sleeping when you come back. Look at this. When you come back. Come back only we are using. When will you come back? That is wrong in correction of sentences also. This is useful. That's why I'm again talking about this. In correction of sentences, I'll be sleeping when you will come back, they give. But you have to write, I'll be sleeping when you come back. Why should we use that? Because this is a future time clause and we use simple present to talk about future tense only in this particular clauses. Okay? I will have done my homework or my work before you come. Before you come. Before you come only. There also you observe. Here it is the main clause. I will have done my work. Which tense it is? Future perfect tense. This is future continuous tense. And this is future perfect continuous tense. Today's one. And here also, I have been singing for an hour before we reach there. But she will have been singing. How long she will have been singing? For an hour before we reach there. So before we reach there, it is a future time clause. But we express it in simple present only we use to talk about future time. This point you should remember. This is very, very useful in correction of sentences. Okay. Now we come back to future perfect continuous tense. We just look at questions and negative sentences. Okay. Now in future perfect continuous tense, let us look at negatives and questions. So negatives just will and have, it is there no structure. In between will and have, place this or insert not, then it becomes a negative sentence. They will not have been using this car since March. They will not have been using this car since March. At present, they are not using. In future also, since March, they have not been using, and it will be continuing in future also. Next coming months also, they will not have been using this car. Okay, in such situations, we can use. The baby will not have been sleeping for 4 hours by midnight. By that time also, but that time up to 4 hours she is doing, and still midnight also she has not been sleeping, and it will be continuing. Okay, we don't know how long she will be waking up. Okay, in such cases we use the baby will not have been sleeping for 4 hours by midnight. Then to frame questions, WH question words, will plus subject, then the remaining this have been going and all. How long will it have been raining? How long will it have been raining? Just the change it. This and this. Will after will comes first and then subject you place, then it becomes. Okay? Or just this one. And it becomes a question. What will she have been cooking? Next week we are planning to go to her house. Then what will she have been cooking for us? Okay, we want to know. Then to make yes no questions also. Will she have been singing songs? Beginning only will. Will she have been singing songs for 2 hours? Will she have been teaching the kids since morning? Will she have been teaching for them since morning? So this is the way we frame yes no questions. So we have learnt all the tenses, and in next video we'll do some practice sessions. We'll do 2 3 or 4 based on the tenses we will do. Okay, and thank you for watching my video.